41% of Kenyans don't have faith and trust in the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC. According to a report released by the Elections Observations Group, Elog, on last year's general election, 30% of Kenyans believe that the electoral body IEBC is under state capture and that there was a lot of ballot stuffing during the 2023 general election. Some of the recommendations that the group has proposed include staggering elections, especially the presidential polls, as well as expanding the electoral presidential petition framework to 1 month from 14 days.
Presenting now.
The Election Observers Group Elog has released its report on the conduct of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission before, during and after the announcement of the presidential election 2022. According to the report, which collected views from at least 30 counties, 44% of Kenyans do not trust the IEBC to conduct a free and fair election. 30% of Kenyans also believe that the IEBC was and still is under state capture. 70% of Kenyans also feel that the voter registration process was complicated.
There is no trust in the IEBC. The ones who trust IEBC are 32% and 24% are very neutral. The voter registration process was complicated or complex. Nairobi, very interestingly, Nairobi 74%, Coast 72%, Rift Valley 70% had the highest rates in terms of those who viewed this process as complicated. So again, you're wondering in these urbanized zones.
At least 60% of Kenyans believed that there was ballot stuffing, especially at the polling stations and when vote counting was starting. 71% of Kenyans believed that the party manifestos played a big role in selling candidates, while 78% did not participate in any political activities.
Can we have county-based centers, tallying centers, even for the presidential, so that we know county 047 says this in terms of the presidential tallying, and then that is collected at Bomas to give a total, an overall result.
With the chaotic and violent scenes experienced at the National Tallying Center before the presidential results were announced at the Bomas of Kenya, Elog proposes that the electoral body bans any politician from visiting the National Tallying Center.
We are picking these recommendations from the people. So when people say they saw politicians misbehaving at Bomas, they say, let them not be there. So the mechanism of how you can do that, whether it's through by accrediting the agents and other people, maybe is a regime that we may need to review.
Elog also proposes enhanced public awareness aimed at educating the electorate, enhancing transparency and enforcing accountability to curb irregularities, as well as recruiting IEBC commissioners early enough. Chris Dairo, KTN News, Nairobi.
Moving on, a standoff is brewing between the